Hello and welcome to another Cactus Hill adventure. In today's episode, we're going to be going down the Burr Trail Switchbacks. As you can see on the map, we're going to be in Capitol Reef National Park. Boulder will be to the west, Henry Mountains to the east, and Lake Powell will be to the south. Okay, here's a little closer view of that same map. We're going to be coming from the Wolverine Loop, which is in the red there. We'll be coming to the western entrance to the Wolverine Loop, and then down almost to the entrance to Capitol Reef National Park. And this is where we're taking off right now. The entrance to Capitol Reef National Park, the road becomes dirt and gravel, as you can see here. Then we're going to come by some obligatory signs, the ones you see as you come into a national park. Okay, here we're going to be heading towards the switchbacks. I'm speeding this up, obviously. You know, if you watch some of my other videos, I do like to show the entire trail. So the points that maybe don't have the scenery or anything, I'll speed them up, and those that don't, or important areas, I'll slow it back down. As you can see, the Henry Mountains are in the background there to the east, and a view of the Waterpocket Fold there about center. There's a lot of interesting geological formations along this road. You'll start to see them here coming up soon. We'll come by Upper Muley Twist and Lower Muley Twist Canyons. I put out a video on the Upper Muley Twist. You can drive back there a few miles and then hike out to the overlook. That's the Strike Valley overlook. Beautiful view there. I'd recommend doing that. You can hike the trail all the way back, ride your bike all the way back, and like I said, take a four-wheel drive vehicle back a little ways and get to the Strike Valley overlook and hike about a mile to the east to that overlook. As you can see, we passed a couple of pickup trucks. I think just about any car could do this road as long as it's not raining or snow or muddy, but I wouldn't recommend taking any kind of motorhome or a truck pulling a fifth wheel or a trailer or even a boat trailer up or down the switchbacks. Those are pretty tight turns. They're switchbacks for a reason, and I don't think that they would navigate very well on that. So if you're in one of those vehicles, don't attempt to go down or up the Burr Trail Switchbacks. Here we're coming up on the left will be the Upper Muley Twist Canyon entrance. Again, you can bike, hike, or drive your vehicle back there a little ways. Four-wheel drive only. We did this trail in the fall, October, and you'll see evidence of that coming up as the trees will be changing color. Beautiful little canyon here. We also went up to Fish Lake National Forest while we're in this area, which has Johnson Reservoir and Fish Lake, and we took a bunch of autumn color photos and video and a few a little bit of drone coverage too, so you'll be seeing that coming up soon. Beautiful geological formations here. Just look what the wind and the weather, the rain has done to this rock here. The Burr Trail Switchbacks and Burr Trail Road is named after John Atlantic Burr, who was born in 1846 while his family was crossing the Atlantic, thus the middle name Atlantic. When his family got to the States, they made their way to Salt Lake City, and he lived there until 1876 when he headed south to this area and formed the town of Burrville. There on your right is the lower Muley Twist Trail, which is for hiking and biking. Here we're coming up on the Burr Trail Switchbacks. And there's a picture of the Burr Trail Switchbacks basically from that sign looking down. I borrowed this photo from Zach of all trades at atlasobscura.com, so thank you, Zach. John Burr built this trail to move cattle basically from their summer grazing grounds and to their winter grazing grounds and back and forth as the seasons required. I just can't imagine driving a herd of cattle up or down these roads, but they obviously did it. As you can see, the time of day that we got on the road was a pretty good time. We've got the rocks straight ahead lit up by the sun, and then the ones in the shadow are kind of a deep red, reddish brown, so it turned out really nice. Here's our first switchback. If you're curious about the elevation drop from the top of the plateau down to the valley area, it's about 800 to 1,000 feet, depending on which article you read. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you know I'm not a fan of shelf roads, and pretty much this whole switchbacks are shelf roads. It wasn't too bad for me this time. I didn't mind it. I'd been up and down it a few times already, so I was kind of used to it, so I did fine. I did hug the hillside and stay away from the drop-off side. You'll see that coming up as I make a turn or two here. Again, look at the beautiful colors there, the reddish brown rock and the bright golden rocks in the sun. There's a shot of the Henry Mountains. As you can see, these turns are fairly tight, so you can understand why I mentioned that no big RVs, even probably small ones, and no trailers, no fifth wheels, no boat trailers would be recommended. Like I mentioned earlier, I've been up and down this road a few times. I don't know if I prefer going up or going down. It's debatable. Going down, you can just put it in a low gear, four-wheel drive, whatever, and just kind of let the car drive itself down. Going up, you need to obviously control your speed. Your wheels might spin a little bit, especially if you're in a two-wheel drive vehicle. And that's what's causing these ruts on the turns, is the two-wheel drive vehicle spinning their wheels as they come around the turn. So Like I said, any vehicle could probably do it, as long as the road's not muddy or icy or wet. Of course, when I mention a two-wheel drive vehicle, it's really just a one-wheel drive vehicle. Well, here we're coming up to the last turn in the switchbacks. Going to have a nice little S-turn here, and then it'll kind of straighten out, and we'll be heading towards the Nottingham Bullfrog Road. There'll be a little road sign coming up on the left. It's kind of the official end or start of the Burr Trail Switchbacks, depending on which way you're coming from. We'll get out into the sunshine here. We're going to take you all the way to the Nottingham Bullfrog Road. The Burr Trail continues south all the way down to Bullfrog. I think it's about 67 miles from Boulder all the way down to Bullfrog. You're going to see some very washboard parts of the road. And again, those are caused by two or one-wheel drive vehicles kind of spinning their tires. And I like to admit right now that the Jeep isn't the best for those washboardy roads. Solid axle vehicles don't do well. We had aired down to 15 pounds, and I don't have any bead lockers, so that's about as low as I want to go. And put our shocks on the softest setting, and we still got bounced around pretty good. Here's a washboard section of the Nottingham Bullfrog Road, the Burr Trail, as we come up to the Nottingham Bullfrog Road. Now when you hit the Nottingham Bullfrog Road, if you go north, you're going to end up intersecting with Highway 12. That's Utah Highway 12. And about the first 12 miles or so after you make the turn north, the road is like this. It's, dirt, gravel, etc. And then after that, it's paved all the way to Highway 12, which is pretty nice. You can see there the Burr Trail Road goes off to the right. If you went back west on the Burr Trail Road, you'd go to Boulder, and you'd run into Long Canyon and the Singing Canyon. Really beautiful area, the Long Canyon. This sign kind of gives you the idea of how remote this intersection is. Quite a ways away from any significant points of interest. Although again, the geology and the views are beautiful in this canyon and down the Burr Trail Switchbacks and the Nottingham Bullfrog Road. Well, here's the first map we had and showing you where we were at. As you can see, you're in Capitol Reef National Park, Boulder to the west, Glen Canyon Recreation Area to the south, Henry Mountains to the right. A lot of stuff to see and do in this area. Here's a Google map, shot of the Burr Trail Switchback roads. Well, I hope you enjoyed our presentation of the Burr Trail Switchbacks. And remember, as I always tell you, you won't know if you don't go. Thanks for watching. Take care and be safe out there.